everyone, and welcome to my side LP, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. I love this game more than you will ever know. And this is the intro, but we're not gonna watch it, because I'm mean. Jeez, okay, well, bit of history. This game is a remake of Kirby's first game on the Nintendo system. And that was Kirby's Adventure? Yeah. And this is a remake of it, with enhanced graphics, just better sound, music's beam, just everything. Everything in this game is amazing and great, and I love it. And it's not a hard game. I mean, it's Kirby. What do you expect? I mean, if you're looking for Ninja Gaiden levels of difficulty and you're playing a Kirby game, well, I'm not sure what's wrong with you. I just got hit there, but that was entirely my fault. Yeah, if something happens, it's gonna be your fault. The controls are responsive and just... nah. That was also my fault. Alright, I'm gonna stop being a bit of a spaz and actually play these levels, and down here is a secret which I didn't know about forever, and I think I lost that, because if you hit it, then it... oh, man. Alright. Gotta put my game face on. Spark power! Stand in one place, form a force field of sparks. It's not actually that great. I guess it's good if you're a beginner and you're not good at predicting enemy attacks, and so you can just shield against a majority of them. But it doesn't protect you from projectiles. Fire also locks you in one place, and I don't like the delay in starting up. But it's somewhat useful against bosses. And at the end, there's always this mini-game thing where you try and reach the top by timing your button presses, and when you beat a stage, you unlock more stages, and, like, this thing goes away. There's also these doors, which are not stages, but are mini-games, and this is the bomb minigame, Bomb Rally. Use your frying pan to hit the bomb. Pretty easy. Although it can get kind of challenging in the later difficulties of it. And even still to this day, I have some trouble with Bomb Rally. Yeah, see? Haven't done this in a while. I'm out of practice. I'll get better, I swear. Probably won't die too often if that makes you feel any better. Oh right, these things are Gordos. You can't hurt them no matter what, don't even try. Jeez. Okay. I swear I'm good at this. I'm just doing this to show off more power. See? Cutter. Boomerang. Shoots behind you. There used to be a part, at the part I was just at before I hitched a ride on the Warp Star in the original version, where if you went forward on the screen enough and then came back, you could actually go forward more, and there was a set of blocks that spelled out HAL, which is the development company of this game. Here's an interesting boss. It grants you a crash ability. Oh, I wonder what this does. Oh my lord. Unfortunately, that's only one-time use attack. Kills everything on the screen in a delightfully satisfying way, though. Gotta say, it's very, very fun. I almost got hit there, but I didn't, because that's how great I am. There's a tomato, which heals you completely. And these potion things, I'm not actually sure what they're called, but they're in a few Kirby games. They're like a little capsule thing. They heal back 2 hit points, and that is the sword ability, and I want it. Because the sword ability kicks butt. It's fast, you can do this spinny thing, and gosh, I got 2 again. I usually get 2. I'm actually not that proficient at that thing. And then we fly to number 3, and it's all very straightforward and easy so far. The entire game is kind of straightforward and easy, but later on it gets a little more challenging. Sword. Spinny sword, which I timed awfully. have not played this game in a while, actually. Those have the burn ability, which I like, but it's kind of reckless, and I don't want to give up my sword yet. One of the greatest things about the sword ability is you can actually use it underwater. Most abilities you can't. You can't use it underwater, and instead you shoot water, and I lost my sword. Whatever, let's move on. Guess I can show you this now. You turn into a fireball! But, unfortunately, you plow through stuff and you hit walls, and it's pretty cool. But if you run out at the wrong time, you could fall right into an enemy, because there's a brief period where you can't do anything. So if you're above something when that happens, well, tough luck. These rooms are museums, where you can just get a copy ability if you want. The enemy on the pedestal doesn't hurt you, it's just there if you want the sword ability. But I just kind of used it for a while, so I think I'll stick with the burning for now. And I'm not sure if it's Pokemon logic telling me this, or if it actually happens, but I think burning does more against this guy, and I'm not sure why I didn't go through him there. Usually you go through him like that. I don't think this super effective boss stuff was implemented here yet. Freeze ability is cool. It's like the spark ability, but you can freeze things all around you and then shoot them at people. And I want to keep that, thank you. Those are the capsule things I was mentioning earlier. Capsule. You're an ice block that floats somehow. Those give you needle ability, which is almost identical to spark, except it protects you from a few more things, but it doesn't protect your feet. So if you're on like a slope, some enemies can still get you from below. This is invincibility candy. Pretty self-explanatory. That's a 1-up, also self-explanatory. Everything in the game kind of gets shown to you in the first 3 levels, except for one thing, which we will get to later. And possibly more things, but there's only one thing I can think of right now. Yes. And we're already at the boss, because Vegetable Valley only has 4 levels. Most of the later stages have 6. And this guy's pretty easy. You kinda just, yeah, that's about all there is to it. He does have some attacks, but if you can keep hitting him, he won't even start up. Pretty sad. Ice Cream Island. I love Ice Cream Island. Because it's islandy, and look at that background. Look at it. It's like pastel purple and blue goodness. It's pretty looking for a Game Boy Advance game. I mean, I like the Game Boy Advance. I like some of the games that came out on it, but overall it wasn't the greatest system Nintendo's ever put out. It did have a few gems, like this one. And Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Emerald, and Fire Red and Leaf Green. Those were all great. I'm also a huge fan of the Spyro games that came out for the Game Boy Advance. I'm not sure if any of you ever played those, but I loved them. I mean, they're not as good as the PlayStation games, but they're up there, in my opinion. That's the Tornado ability. It's kind of hard to control, but makes you invincible for a short period of time. Just plows through everything, so might as well, and I think... Nope. Doesn't travel on water in this game. In later games you can ride on top of it. You can sit on top of the water if you have air, though. I'm not pushing anything. Okay. Well, I will see you in part 2, because I'm out of time right now.